What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint, back at it with another statue unboxing and review. This time we have an incredible custom Venom quarter scale statue that we're going to unbox, so you guys stay tuned. Alright, so guys, quick story about this. I pre-ordered this piece last year, and I really liked it. I liked the renders. I thought the portraits were super clean. And I really pre-ordered it because I could, first of all, because a lot of times in these custom groups, it's hard to get in or they sell out very fast. So I was able to get one. I snagged one. And then I like to always brag in my Facebook admin chat group. And I showed the admins like, yo, look what I just pre-ordered. I got that Venom. And my man Tack, y'all know him as Taylor Alexander Cassidy, was like, Gem, that's my grail. Sell it to me, this and that. And I was like, tell you what, man. I didn't really love it like how you love it. I'll sell it to you, but you got to let me unbox and review that thing. So he bought it. It got sent to me. I'm going to do this and then send it to Tack, man. So thanks again for letting me see it. And let's unbox this bad boy. You know what? Since this box is so big, let's just put it on the floor so we can get an aerial view of what's inside and take out each piece and get a good look at it. Take a look at them LeBrons too while you at it. All right. Alright, I had to take this thing all the way out of the shipper box to see what was going on. So it's a solid black box. Opens up like so. Then you have it strapped in here. See the top layer. Alright, so we got some goodies right here on top. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at them close up. So here we have Venom's tongue. A very greenish brown looking slime on his tongue. That's an interesting color. Alright. We have another tongue. This one looks very similar in color and style. It's just smaller with no slime on it. Magnetized. Here's just a piece of the base for the sewer base. Alright, second layer. We got some portraits here. So the portraits is really what sold me on this piece when I first saw the renders. I just thought that the sculptor, Eduardo Silvio, he did an awesome job. They look super clean. So here's one of the portraits. Damn, I like how they did that with the gums. That looks great, guys. Right up there with Prime 1's. Prime 1 Venom has the sickest portraits in the game, so I'm curious to see how this one compares. This one has 5 portraits, so it's kind of got it as far as quantity goes. Then you have this dedicated Mark Bagley Venom Lethal Protector 1 portrait, which looks great. Damn. That's a Venom portrait right there, y'all. No cap. Then here's the squinty-eyed portrait with the tongue with the saliva already in his mouth. Again, the gums on the side, very symbiote looking. They look great. And they did a really good job with the bluish black symbiote too. Look at that. I think the commissioner even had the factory go back again because he wasn't happy with the first one. And I think it paid off. That looks really good, y'all. Here we just have another piece of the sewer base. No big deal. Alright, that layer was a little tricky to get out, man. So let's see, can we get Venom out yet? Not yet. What about this? Alright, cool. This is the big translucent resin water splash. Dang, y'all. Looking good, looking classy. Pressure bust pipes. Always nice when you're able to include a big chunk of translucent resin. Here we just have a pipe. part of the base. Damn. This guy is huge. Holy shit. Here goes the big base. Base is not ready yet. Another pipe. Alright, at the bottom here. Here we got the Eddie Brock transformation face. He's got blacked out eyes. I like how they kept the Venom smile for the mouth. They went with a very yellow teeth looking kind of look. Looks good. On camera it really pops. Then the last head we have what's like a Mcfarlane inspired head. Just mouth, no tongue. Another small piece of the base. A smaller piece of translucent resin. Looking good, man. Eduardo did a great job sculpting this thing. This base is huge. Here's the bottom. And here we are with all the pieces of Venom. I need to catch my breath. I need to wipe away some sweat. Catch my breath again. And we're going to assemble this thing and we'll do a review. Alright guys, so like you've seen, we have Venom on the table. This is like one of the first times I had to like stop, sit on the couch, relax a little bit before I decided to put this thing together. It's kind of like Hulkbuster and XM Magneto all over again. But we have this huge sewer base. We'll do a review later. We'll get closer up. Let's start putting stuff together. Let's start by getting Venom on here. Now he has a footprint where you can see where his left foot pegs in, and then his right foot pegs in here. Now that that's in there, we adjust the camera a little bit. And this guy sits tall, man. I mean, this is not a small piece. And as I'm saying that, let me remember to bust out my tape measure so we can actually measure this statue. I've kind of been slacking off on that. Let's go ahead and pop in this Mcfarlane head. So the statue is... So Venom is together while we put everything else together. Ooh wee. Dang. That looks good. Alright, so let's put all these pieces together, right? We have a big water splash right here, which I remember from the renders, goes right here. That tucks in real nice like. There is another water spout piece. Does that go over here? Yes, it does. I didn't realize it had two. That's pretty cool. Alright, where does this go? Oh, you know what this might be, y'all? If you don't want to display the water spout. Who wouldn't want to display that? Oh, that's what that is, y'all. And that's what it is over here, too. Wow, you know what? Yo, I give props to these guys because I don't think you see too many customs that give those type of cover-up options if you don't like something about how it's displayed or whatever. Most customers will be like, hey, take it or leave it, bro. But they actually do it where you can make it really clean with no water, or you can have the busted out water spouts. Now, where do these handles go? One looks like it goes there on that pipe. I don't really know where this one goes. Alright, no worries. Alright, so there's the Mcfarlane Portrait. Let's see what it looks like with the Bagley. Goes the Bagley head. Very cool. Here's the squinted eyes, alien looking portrait. I like that. Here we have Transformation Eddie Brock portrait. That looks sick. So actually, is it me? I think these tongues both are for the same portrait. Let's try this one. So the thing about all these portraits with the sharp teeth are done really well, man. I'm really kind of jealous that the doppelganger's teeth aren't like that. But those teeth came out really, really sharp, really pointy, really clean. The paint's done really well on it. And it looks really good with that jawline there. And let's see if I can switch this tongue out. I don't want to break these teeth. Yep, same portrait. Okay, cool. Oh, then you got the big tongue swanger over here. Alright, let's go ahead and kind of clean up this area, and let's do a nice review on this Venom. Alright guys, before we get in really close, let's do the measurements like I promised here. This Venom stands from the bottom of the base to his head. Looks like it's just under 28 inches. If you want to look at the width, you're looking at pretty much 18 inches, right? Yeah, it's pretty much the size of this Lazy Susan in the width and the depth. I like this kind of circular base. Really big, and I think a lot of times customs, I don't know what it is about customs compared to licensed pieces, but it seems like we always kind of go overboard with the bases. And I don't want to say this is overboard, but it's just much larger than you would find on like a licensed piece. I usually do a character intro. I mean, Eddie Brock, Venom, first appeared as a cameo in Amazing Spider-Man 299. His first full appearance was in Amazing Spider-Man 300, 1988, created by David Michelinie and Todd McFarlane, and later was taken on by Mark Bagley, Eric Larson, and so on. I want to kind of do my review a little bit different on this one. I want to get some really good close-ups. So if we're looking at the base here, it's got a lot going on. You have your concrete bottom base, and then you can see you have these pipes coming out everywhere. You have these bolted, nutted piece of iron into the concrete, which look very good. This one piece with the thermostat or the gauge is kind of really loose. I guess that was the design of it, but it's kind of fragile. You got to be careful when picking this base up out of the box that you don't snap it, for all the 75 people who own this. And I guess that's a good segue to say this has an edition size of 75. This was number 45 out of 75. Like I mentioned, sculpted by Eduardo Silva. We can't really talk about the customs group that this is in. Not really at liberty to say because the unlicensed nature of this piece. A lot of weathering is what you would expect on a sewer pipe, with that kind of silver with the pinkish reddish paint chipping away on it. You have the Venom symbiote going into the pipe there, coming off of the foot, which we've seen with a few different Venom statues. Really pronounced here on the left foot. Then you have Venom, which he's massive. Venom himself is definitely feels bigger than a licensed quarter scale piece, like a lot of customs do, you know. But the anatomy, I think, looks really good. He looks really bulky. He looks like how you would expect Eddie Brock out of the comics to look. You can see the texture on the sculpt of the alien symbiote, kind of a leathery looking texture to it. They gave him claws on his feet and on his hands, but what I like how they did it is that they made it still covered by the symbiote. I don't really like when Venom has claws like Sabretooth, because he really shouldn't. I mean, I know some artists have depicted him like that, but I'm not really a fan of that. I personally don't like when he has claws on his feet, but I think it was a good compromise here with how they covered it by the symbiote. You can see the lines in the toes on the sculpt of the foot. I think they did a really good job on the spider emblem. They did kind of make it look really dirty, which I guess makes sense. I mean, I really like a bright white spider emblem. It is raised up off of the sculpt, which came out good, but the fact that they got these really clean lines for the legs, that's all I like to see. That's what kind of turned me off about the XM Venom. But I do like how they did that, and they kind of did give it some of its own texture, like on the back of that spider. I'm seeing some veins on the Venom arm here. The only thing that you're gonna nitpick on this statue is the neck seam, but you're gonna have a neck seam on any kind of character like Venom or Hulk when you do switch out heads. I mean, they probably could have done one head and avoided the seam, but I think the big selling point of this piece was how many different portraits you get. You get 5 portraits, and one portrait has 2 switch out tongues. I mean, damn, what more can you ask for? I know that this piece is really popping on camera. It looks really good on camera. I don't think I'm a big fan of the way that they painted the white kind of veins in the symbiote. It could be an artistic kind of discretion thing where some people may like it and some people may not. Personally, I don't really like it. I would have liked it to be more of a solid color with like those kind of hints of blue. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a good picture on camera to show you guys. It's more of an artistic take. It's not really the Venom that I would envision for the symbiote color, but it still looks really good. You can't really go wrong because it's been depicted so many different ways. I like the raised up white part where his webbing comes out of. That looks really good how it's raised. And I think we also raise certain points so the factory knows to paint it different. Otherwise, it's up to them to decide where it goes. I was just looking at the calf. Man, the calf muscle looks insane. He must have looked at like Arnold Schwarzenegger photos or something to kind of get an idea of how to do the musculature, because it looks really good. I do like everything about the sculpt. I like the base. I like Venom. I love the switch outs. The only thing that I don't really like as much is that artistic choice on the paint with the veins. I love the fact that they give you like switch out options. I don't know where this goes. For the base, like with this pipe right here, I didn't even know it did that, and I think that's really considerate to collectors. I mean, they don't have to do that. The commissioner could have said, look, y'all, I want translucent resin. I don't give a damn what y'all say. And they could have just left it, but they went ahead and gave you the option to cover it up. I know we kind of got in real tight on the portraits with the unboxing, but let's look closer at the portraits attached to the statue. Alright guys, like I said, I really wanted to get in tight on this Venom with the different portraits while they're attached to the body. On camera, this thing is popping. I mean, those colors, everything is popping on this piece. Here goes the neck seam, which, like I said, it's unavoidable. It's a nitpick. It's there. Deal with it. I mean, they tried to do the best they could with kind of giving it like a cuffed over look. Maybe they should have, if they didn't make the trap so big, maybe they could have got away with making that come out cleaner. But, I mean, personally, it don't bother me. I think it looks great. So, this is the portrait with the switch-out tongue, right? First of all, look at those teeth. The factory did an amazing job on those teeth, man. You can switch it out so you don't have all that saliva or slime. And get you just a regular tongue sticking out, not as long. Looks really good. Alright, here's that Lethal Protector 1. Here's that Mark Bagley kind of Dracula Fang Venom with the little saliva coming on the bottom right of his jaw. Guys, I'm a comic guy. You guys know me. I'm very much a purist. When you take something directly from the comics and make it into a statue or a movie or a TV show, that's my jam. So, look at this thing side by side. The sculptor absolutely nailed the likeness on this Bagley portrait, yo. I love it. With that being said, being like a comic purist, this is probably my least favorite portrait. It just doesn't hit a nostalgia bug with me. It just kind of shows a different Venom look. A little bit smaller teeth. Still has the tongue with the saliva out there. The eyes are squinted. Looks very alien, which you know it is. So it's a cool option. That being said, you guys know I love this piece. I think Venom looks the scariest when he's just rocking a smile. Spider-Man's face with a smile. It's just so creepy. I don't really know. I guess it's McFarlane inspired. Because it's not really McFarlane. McFarlane's original Venom had like... He didn't have sharp teeth. He just had teeth. Kind of reminds me of like the Izzes from the Max. But I love it. I would rock this head for sure. I love it. Looks barracuda teeth. I love how that looks. And yeah, that's that no tongue smiling portrait. Then lastly, you got the Eddie Brock transformation portrait. I like how they kept the symbiote smile. I think that was a good touch. On camera, he's really popping. It looked a little weird to me in person, like his skin tone. Especially some of this, like right here, which kind of looks like a little bit spray painted black. But I guess it's kind of to give you the vibe like it's coming from under his skin, right? And then he has the other symbiotes coming over his skin and coming out to make the full Venom face. I think what they did was really smart with the eyes. It's so hard to make good pupils, man. That's why like the licensed companies have stickers and such. So going all white or all black is the way to go. So that was a really smart idea. And same with the mouth. I think a human mouth kind of transformation face would have been difficult. So they played it smart and gave him the Venom mouth. And I think it came out really good, man. So a couple of nitpicks I would have on this piece would be this right here could have used a stronger magnet. It's not a deal breaker or anything, but I just noticed it when I was spinning it around. See how it kind of moves a little bit. I mean, this is okay. I mean, the foot doesn't... It's super nitpicky, guys. This is an awesome piece. I don't want to come off like a nitpicker, but like you can kind of see it doesn't really sit all the way flush. Oh, never mind. Now it does. Okay, so that looks way better because I was looking over here on the footprint. And over here is where it didn't really look like it was too flush, but I think that actually did it. I never like to be too rough with these things, you know? Here's that big water blob. Alright guys, so that's my review on the custom quarter scale Venom statue. Overall, it's a crazy impressive piece with a very low edition size. You're talking about 75 painted pieces of this. Excellent job by the factory, by the sculptor, the commissioner with the art direction on it. You guys did a great job. There's never going to be a perfect statue. There's always going to be flaws because humans create it. You know what I mean? But I think you guys did a really good job. You should be proud of yourselves. And I wish you the best on all your future projects. Shout out to my man Tack, Taylor Alexander Cassidy, moderator extraordinaire. Even though I don't know who made this guy a mod. But, yo, good looking out on still letting me unbox and review this bad boy. I didn't break anything. That's going to about wrap this thing up, man. You guys make sure to hit that like on the way out. Please drop me a comment. Let me know what you think about this custom Venom in the comment section below. And make sure to subscribe to the channel because we drop daily content, crazy custom statues like this, licensed statues. We do a lot of comic book stories, read-throughs, and unboxings as well. So stay minty fresh. Peace.